Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a vehicle that went from surviving battlefields to ruling city streets, the 1997 Mercedes-Benz G-Wagen. Imagine this, a boxy, armored-looking SUV rolling down the road. It doesn't care about trends, it doesn't try to be sleek, it doesn't try to be pretty. It's intimidating just by existing. That's the G-Wagen. And in the 1990s, it became the ultimate status symbol for mob bosses, warlords, and anyone who wanted to send one very clear message: don't mess with me. Originally, the G-Wagen wasn't even meant for luxury. It was designed in the late 1970s as a military vehicle. Rugged, reliable, built to handle the harshest terrains. It was a truck meant for soldiers, not CEOs. But Mercedes saw potential. Slowly, they refined it, adding leather seats, wood trim, and all the comforts of a luxury car, while keeping its military DNA intact. By 1997, the G-Wagen had transformed into a bizarre mix of battlefield toughness and executive luxury. So why did the mob love it? Simple: power and presence. When you pulled up in a G-Wagen, you weren't just driving a car, you were making a statement. Its squared-off design looked more like a tank than an SUV. And unlike flashy sports cars, the G-Wagen wasn't about showing off speed, it was about showing control. It said, "I don't need to run, I stand my ground." The 1997 model in particular came with serious performance. Under the hood, you could find engines ranging from a practical inline-4 to the mighty V8s. Some versions packed over 300 horsepower, more than enough for city dominance. And thanks to its full-time four-wheel drive and locking differentials, it could handle anything, from muddy battlefields to icy streets in Moscow. That versatility made it a favorite among Russian oligarchs, European mobsters, and even Middle Eastern power players. But it wasn't just about the mechanics. Inside, the G-Wagen offered something no other gangster SUV could match: military strength with first-class comfort. Step inside, and you'd find hand-stitched leather, polished wood, and a cabin that felt more like a private jet than a war machine. This contrast, rough on the outside, refined on the inside, made it perfect for mob bosses who lived in both worlds. Stories from the 1990s tell us that in places like Moscow, the G-Wagen became a must-have for anyone with money and power. Convoys of black G-Wagens would roll through the streets, tinted windows hiding who sat inside. And when rival gangs saw one pulling up, they knew trouble was coming. It became more than a vehicle. It became a reputation on wheels. What's fascinating is how the G-Wagen managed to cross over. While it was loved by the underworld, it also became popular with celebrities, royalty, and the ultra-rich. Everyone from rappers in New York to princes in the Middle East wanted one. Few cars could carry both images, the gangster's fortress and the billionaire's toy. But the G-Wagen pulled it off effortlessly. And let's not forget durability. These things were overbuilt to the extreme. Unlike other luxury cars that needed constant care, a G-Wagen could take punishment and keep going. That reliability meant it wasn't just for show. If things went bad, the G-Wagen could actually get you out of danger. For mobsters, that wasn't just a perk. It was survival. Now here's the interesting part. The G-Wagen has barely changed in over 4 decades. Sure, modern versions come with bigger screens and more powerful engines, but the shape, the stance, the spirit, it's all the same. That's why even today, when you see one, it still carries that same gangster energy it had in the 90s. So the 1997 Mercedes-Benz G-Wagen wasn't just a car. It was a symbol of raw power, untouchable wealth, and survival in a dangerous world. From war zones to mob zones, it's a ride that truly lived up to its reputation. If you enjoyed this dive into gangster cars, hit that like button and let me know in the comments. Would you rather roll through the streets in a G-Wagen or stick with a classic gangster sedan? And of course, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next ride in our underworld garage.